Hi folks, this is Agios Kosmos Marina, just outside Athens. It is the main charter base for Navigare yachting in Greece.
Yes, we're back to travel by Catamaran Charter, and this time we're taking a 2-week charter of the Greek Cyclades Islands. Follow along in this 2-part episode where we cover over 300 nautical miles and 8 different Greek islands from the Athens base.
And here's our skipper Monty going through the charter boat orientation and walkthrough of a brand new Lagoon 46, which we have chartered and which was just commissioned 2 months prior.
As you'll see in this episode, chartering a brand new boat has its pros and cons, some of which made for some pretty interesting challenges while we were offshore and away from the base. As we also chose to go to Greece in June at the beginning of the high season for tourism and sailing in Greece, we wanted to give our viewers some real-world conditions of the sailing and the crowds, or lack thereof, that we encountered.
After all our family and friends had arrived at the base, we waited for the delivery of our provisions, which we had ordered ahead of time, and prepared for our departure the next morning from the base.
Our first stop was going to Sounion on the south tip of the Greek mainland, which is also the location of the archaeological site for the Temple of Poseidon.
Hi, Captain!
We're now departing day 1, Agios Kosmos.
It turned out that our
Marina.
first day would be dead calm, so we motor sailed most of the 21 nautical miles to Sounion. However, our skipper was eager to put up the sails before our destination to check out and ensure that everything in the rigging was in order before we actually got any significant wind for sailing.
Guys, look at our amazing crew. Hi, Ken.
3-hour cruise.
Okay, we got the sails up. It's
Day 1 sailed it out. Woohoo!
yeah, so the wind's actually on the beam now at 3 knots, and we're doing a whole 3.8 knots actually. So the wind is oh man, I know, we gotta turn the engines off. So turn the engines off, sweetie. Listen to that silence.
I love that silence.
Okay, so the wind's blowing 5 knots and we are doing 3.6 knots.
It's a miracle.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Oh, please.
How many knots are we doing on this vacation?
This is the fastest yet on a production boat. We're doing 2.9 knots and 3.8 knots of wind.
We'll be holding 6 months.
Okay, we're waiting for the gusts. Yeah, I know.
We're just kind of slowing down to a stop, actually.
Yeah.
Because there's no wind, I cannot steer.
So this is Sounion, and it's where the Temple of Poseidon is.
Backwards, it's so much easier.
How's the water? Let go.
Oh, it's cold.
It's not. This is the anchorage in Sounion. It was a great location for the crew to take off and explore the ruins at Poseidon's temple, and also to try the local cuisine at the resort at the beach, where this sunset shot was taken. Okay, day 2, we got some crew, Polina and I. Okay, we're sailing, it's a sailing day, so just to talk about... Okay, we're gonna have to edit that out. So anyway,
Later.
yeah. So anyway, what I was gonna say is, it looks like it's a good sailing day. We finally got some wind. Just looking at the instruments, we've got 12.7 knots on a broad reach and beamed abroad. Yeah, waypoint arrival. That's fine. And what we're doing now is heading towards a new island called Loutra, and we've replotted everything because the original destination we chose is not a good anchorage for tomorrow because it'll have rolly waves coming in, and the wind's also coming in at the wrong angle. So yeah, we're just want to show you what's happening. We got full sails open, and I've just finished trimming them, although we still got a little bit of work to do. The wind keeps shifting on the jib. So the full jib's out, head sail's out, and the main's out on this broad reach. So yeah, it's looks like it's a good day for sailing. So just to touch base, I don't know if you guys can see the screen, but we're doing ground speed of 5.9, 6 knots, and true wind speed of 16 knots right now, and an apparent wind speed of 13 or 12 knots. So we're doing about 50% of apparent wind speed, which is a heck of a lot better than some of the other production or charter boats that we've been on. So I guess this lagoon, although it's slow and ponderous, is doing all right. I'm just kind of curious as to what the sailing would be like if we weren't on a flybridge version. Obviously we'd have a little bit more power in the main, but in this case we got what we got.
Loutra turned out to be a fantastic little village with nice restaurants right across and a thermal pool right on the beach, a short walk from the pier.
As the winds were forecasted to be very strong the next day, we stayed an extra night and rented a car to explore the island for the day. As we explored the island, we ended up in some very high and remote locations as we drove across this small little place.
We also encountered some local traffic on the small narrow roads through the villages.
That guy had the right idea. He pulled into the parking lot. That's insane. More coming.
We also ended up visiting the locations of the original harbor we wanted to stay at before the conditions changed on us. You can see that there are not too many boats anchored here, especially with the wind and the waves entering directly into this location.
Okay, we just, it's getting a little crazy out here. We hit over 35 knots of current wind.
I didn't mean 35. Over 35.
Over 35. Anyway, much was fun. Now I have a double reef sail. So I just finished reefing down the trim, and main sail's also double reef. So the knots it's now 20 knots speed and 9 knots boat speed.
Yeah.
Comfortable? Let's talk about comfortable. How are you guys doing?
There's so much fucking
Oh, the cushions almost flew off at the most inopportune time when we were hitting, you know, some crazy wind speed. Really?
Our passage to Siros Island turned out to be very windy. As you can see from most of the sailboats, we doubled reef, and the sea state was like a washing machine, which is classic conditions for this area when the winds really blow.
Our lagoon proved to be very steady and comfortable, with many of the crew staying below in the cockpit in order to avoid the wind and the spray on the flybridge. As we arrived into the harbor, you could see some of the damage the other boats took from the strong wind conditions of the day. It looks like this boat completely ripped the head sail.
Okay, we're at island number 2, so this is on Siros Island. We just traveled about 21 nautical miles, maybe a little bit more, but it was a pretty wild time today, and we got some pretty high winds, over 30 knots, 35 knots, and trying to get through that with a lot of side wave action One wave actually came over the side and even swamped us over at on the flybridge there. So it was pretty crazy. And then it dropped to almost 0 and came back up again to 20, which was comfortable. And then we sailed the rest of the way in here. So now we're sheltered in Finikas, a little Greek town here. It's lovely. It's not too crowded. I'm actually surprised that you know, we've been able to not have to compete for anchorage space. And as you can see, there's plenty of space here, but it is pretty early in the day. So we've anchored in approximately 7 meters depth, and we've got quite a lot of chain out, over 40. So yeah, we're gonna check out the town this evening, but now I guess it's gonna be swim time. So see you guys later.
So Monty decided to take out one of the inflatable paddle boards to give it a shot. It seemed like he was moving away from the boat, so we would not be able to get a good shot of him when he wipes out. He was mentioning that the rental boards were very springy and flexed, providing an unstable platform. Well, excuses. But let's see how Devon does.
Yeah, sure.
He's pissed you off already, hasn't he?
It is windy.
He's not having any trouble, so I can see what you mean by the flex. You see his feet dropping, isn't it?
I know.
Does it go off in this
I'm used to like solid boards. Oh, go to the beach.
I'm not in my bathing suit, so I don't want to get wet.
No big deal. It's not like you can't dry those shorts. How was sailing today? Thumbs up? Okay. Where are we?
Paros.
Paros. Okay. And this is what Paros looks like. And there's our boat against the sunset right there. And over there's the city of Paros. Everyone's chilling. Stephanie's chilling. Devon's chilling. So good morning. It's like day 4 and we're just leaving Syros Island and we're gonna head over to Mykonos. Should be about 24 nautical miles. We have to motor because we are going directly downwind and around the corner of Syros Island, so we'll be out of the wind in a bit. But we should be able to get sailing again after we pass this island on the south. So looks like another beautiful day. Absolutely no rain since we've got here, which is great, and nice and hot. So today's supposed to be getting up to 18 knots, so it's going to be a good sailing day. So let's see if that's going to be the case.
On our passage to Mykonos, some of the other members of our crew tried their hand at the helm to get a feel for piloting this 46-foot catamaran under power. As we passed the leeward side of Siros, the conditions were very nice with relatively flat water and a brisk breeze, so we put up the sails to continue sailing again.
Okay, we're sailing. So we just came around the south side of Siros Island, and there's a lot more wind than I thought, but at least the water's flat and calm. So we decided to put the sails up. We got full sails up, and wind here is blowing about 13 knots, and we're doing speed over ground is 6.5 knots. So pretty good. The wind should pick up as we leave the corner of the island, but for now this is pretty good, smooth sailing. And as you can see, here, have a look. There we go. 6.3 knots, almost 15 knots of true wind speed. 14.5 apparent. 60 degrees on the port beam. All right. Check in a bit later. Oh, and here's a shot of the shore.
From Siros to Mykonos, and we're anchored now. We found a really nice secluded cove in Mykonos, and as you can see, we're the only yacht here in this anchorage. Very secluded, very happy. It's sand. It's a little bit grassy, but I think we found a really good spot. Anchor is holding well. And we plan on doing a little bit of exploring of Mykonos and having lunch and doing some fun activities. When we sailed from Siros to Mykonos, again, we had over 30 knots of wind. It was actually pretty windy again. But anyway, we made it, so all is well. And I'm actually quite impressed with our lagoon. It sailed quite well, surprisingly. So quite impressed.
I know.
What do you have to say?
Well, it could sail a little bit faster, but you know, I guess it was okay. Still better than the last boat we had in Sardinia, that's for sure.
It was a valley.
So I think we're only going to stay one night here.
Maybe two.
Maybe two. Mykonos is known to be the party island, but we couldn't anchor anywhere close to the port or town because the wind and the waves are coming right into the harbor. So we had to come to the south end of the island, where it's much more sheltered, and as you can see, we're by ourselves here for now anyway. Yeah, I guess we're going to stay sheltered here and maybe go into town from here via taxi or some other method.
Yeah, and I don't think this spot is very well known, and I do have to say thank you for everyone who posts comments. We picked this spot because of all the comments that we reviewed. So it's really important to leave comments. Well, I used Navigare to find the spot, so you know, thank you for everyone who posted comments. Very useful.
Okay, let's go explore. Here are some of the sights of Mykonos taken by the kids who went ashore to explore the island and the main town just a couple of kilometers north of where we anchored. The rest of us didn't leave the boat as we ran into some issues with the windlass when we tried to re-anchor the boat after the winds picked up and we started dragging. After troubleshooting our non-functional windlass, we had to call Navigare for support, and they advised us to move to a different location along the south coast where we could secure the boat on a mooring ball for the night while they dispatched an electrician from the island to meet us on the boat to fix the issue.
So the local electrician came aboard to diagnose and repair the windlass. As it turned out, it was a problem with the windlass relay, which was an electrical connection right beside the windlass in the anchor locker. Although his English wasn't that great, from what we gathered, he rewired an incorrectly wired relay from the factory. While we're waiting to have the anchor all sorted out, the boys are taking the cushions from the fly bridge down, so we're not gonna have the same issue with the cushions flying off and, you know, causing the racket. Is it all fixed now?
I think so.
Okay.
Is there any
That's
way?
it, that's it.
Is there any way it would break again?
No, don't believe.
Yeah, you know.
I think so. Okay. The crew is on top. The deck crew. So we're just leaving the island of Mykonos in the background there. We're heading south west to the island of Paros. How was the distance? 26 nautical miles, and we got a very brisk wind. So right now it's 25 knots of true wind, 20 knots of apparent wind, and that's 28. We're hitting 30 knots today again, and we're doing about 8.6. I've taken 2 reefs. It's a double reef main and a double reef head sail, so that's to keep everything calm, not like the crazy ride we had 2 days ago. Okay, so should be a short ride. We're gonna find not an anchorage today, but we're gonna get up against the wall, the marina, and hopefully get some power, some water, which we're down on, and fuel for the dinghy, because we've been using that quite a bit. So, oh yeah, we got another story to tell you when we're back on land. Anyway, we had a bit of sort of a testy moment yesterday. So, anyway, there's something to be...
The cushions are off.
Yeah, the cushions are gone. So we brought the cushions down because they hadn't been secured for this boat, and they're just flying everywhere, hitting everybody.
2 nights or 3 times the cushions came up. So
Yeah, the cushions came up on our broadside.
And then you have the big cushions like smacking the back of your head.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, so here's the chart. And you can see we're just got to head a little deeper actually, but we're just passing the south side of Mykonos on the way to Paros. And if I zoom this out, you can see our course all the way down southwest, and then we're going to turn the corner into the harbor there. Okay, so check back in. Hopefully it'll be an uneventful day today. Yes. Look who's crossing our path. Big ferry. Yeah, high-speed ferry. These guys are all over the place, and you got to watch your charts because they're all running GPS. And you can see that he's crossing our bow right now.
Wow, he's really going fast.
Oh yeah.
He would put out of sight from there in about 10 minutes.
Well, of course, those of you who aren't familiar with the rules out here is they have the right of way, so we have to change course if we're going to be, in their path, like a boat was 2 days ago. They actually hailed them on VHF and asked them to change course. So you can see how fast these guys move. And yesterday we had to avoid one coming around Mykonos as well through one of the channels.
So as we left Mykonos, our new boat issues continued, unfortunately. As you can see from this shot, we had to get rig repair specialists dispatched. So stay tuned for our next episode, where we will cover more repairs to our charter boat in part 2 of our Greek Islands charter adventures.
Thanks for watching.